we went camping this past weekend, and we got out at the campsite. We noticed that our TV wasn't picking up any channels. So at that time, what I did was I just used my phone and was able to use my WeRVToo. But we noticed that we couldn't find no channels on both of our channels. So I waited till I got home, and which was probably kind of a mistake, and I troubleshooted some of it. I tested to make sure everything was plugged up behind the TVs, make sure that this system right here was tight. This is something that goes to the antenna up above, but we're not really going to. I'm hoping to keep that there from everything that I watched. So I went out and I purchased all the supplies that I needed. I bought me a new antenna, just right here. I bought me some beetle tape to tape it down, and I have me some, which from everything I watch is real important, self-leveling sealant, so that way once we unseal it, we can put it down. And also I got me a scraper that I'm going to use. So the first thing we're going to do is that we have to climb up onto the camper. Oh, the reason why that the camper, that I wasn't getting any TV service, and as you can see in here, the antenna broke off. The antenna broke off. So the first thing that I got to do, you see these screws here? The first thing I got to do is remove this. And luckily for me, it's a super hot day. Lucky for me, it's a super hot day, so that I'm able to remove it. So what we've done is we've exposed all the screws, so that way we won't have to see how much time we got to waste taking all this stuff off. And we're able to screw the screws off of the old one, with the hopes that the new one should come with screws. Like I said, it's a very hot day, so I'm happy. So I got some of the stuff up, and I was able to carefully pull this up. I got to try to get this right here as smooth as possible. But this thing right here goes down to the piece that I was talking about that you had to turn. I don't think on my new one, but here's the cable wire that I have to hook up to it. So somehow it just snapped completely off and blew out. But luckily for me, the way they have it styrofoam down in there, I don't think I have no water damage, because there's a piece down in there. So I'm really excited and happy about that. That's what I was most worried about. Now I'm going to try to clean the rest of this off while being real careful, try to get it as smooth as possible. And this is where they have the tape that was taped on there to help seal it up. I got some of that camel tape. I got some of that to do that. So I'm going to sit and try to get all this off. So I think we got it out, and just about as smooth as we're going to be able to get it. We're going to pick up some of these little scrawny pieces, you know, and clean it up a little bit. But I'm kind of scared to really try to get everything off of it, because it'd be worse, I believe, trying to risk punching a hole in it when I know I'm going to lay a lot of sealant back down. So I think we're going to leave it at that. I'm keeping those old screws just in case I'm keeping those old screws just in case we're able to use them on the new one. So now we're gonna go into phase 2, where we're installing it. What we're gonna do, one of the main things we're gonna do is we're gonna hook the antenna up first, and then we're gonna test it inside to make sure that we're getting channels, to make sure there ain't no other wires or anything like that loose, even though we already troubleshooted it. And I'm hoping that once we hook that up, the antenna works. So here's our new antenna. Taking it out of the box. We're gonna kind of keep it. I'm gonna kind of keep it in the box. I'm hoping all these pieces that we have here, we really don't have to use, that I only have to hook up the one piece, is what I'm hoping. And I'm also hoping that I don't have to use this piece that is able to turn on its own, but from the looks of things, we might have to hook it up. So we have noticed we are going to have to take this off. And install a new one. So we wanted to test it. We have the antenna up on the roof. We don't have it sealed or anything yet. We just wanted to test it. And we have this part here set up, and this is the power that goes to it. I'm a little unhappy. I'm gonna have to replace that. I'm gonna have to patch up some holes there. But luckily I don't have to replace that, so I'm happy about that. So that's good on that part. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put this is the brand we have here. We're gonna put this tape. And the worst thing that can happen is that my camper leaks. And I'm also going to put some of this over holes that I had the last time because they didn't even up perfectly. So I did get the screws up there with the case. I'm gonna have to clean up a little bit around there, but we are able to turn it. And this is the power switch right here. That's the power switch. So we were able to turn it. And I believe this white screw goes up in here. We're gonna take some of this and we're gonna put over top of the screws so the screws won't leak. Hope we never have to do this again. Oh, that completes the job.